Hello and welcome, my darling. I am Maggie and I'm happy to have you here. So I decided to do a little bit of a sit down today in natural light and enjoy the cloudy, possibly rainy weather outside, and talk to you a little bit about concentration. Everyone is always telling you need to sit down and do the work, you need to concentrate and focus on what you're doing, but nobody is telling you how to do it actually. So I'm here with a phone that I'm going to be using as a notepad because technology can still be helpful, and we are going to go over my top strategies on learning how to concentrate. These strategies have helped me numerous times, and honestly, as a person who had her mind all over the place before, now I'm just so confident that when I'm going to focus and concentrate on this task, I know that I'm gonna sit down and do it with these 5 strategies. So I'm gonna start here with telling you that preparation is so important. What do I mean by preparation? Imagine that you're a mechanic and someone just left their car with you for you to fix. Now, as you're repairing the car, you're not going to go back and forth picking up tools because, oh, I forgot this thing, oh, I forgot that other tool. No, you're going to grab all your tool set and you're gonna have it ready right next to you before you start doing the repair, because you cannot waste your time on doing preparation that you should have done in the beginning. If you think about watching those cooking channels, they always have their ingredients ready before they start their recipe. They're not showing you how they're peeling the potatoes and how they're cutting up the onion. No, they're telling you, you grab this already peeled, already cut, already prepared, and then you put it into the dish or whatever the hell you're doing. Preparation is key. When you're going to work, when you're going to study, you should have already the materials that you're going to be working on. You should have a clear and defined goal on what you're going to be centering on. The word for concentration in Spanish, which is pretty much the same, concentración, means con, with, centración, centeredness. You are centered in the task you are doing. My second tip is starting small and building up from there. You might have heard of the Pomodoro technique, which basically describes you structuring your time into, for example, working for 25 minutes and then taking a break for 5 minutes and then looping that cycle. Typically, your brain is able to maintain a 25 minutes of focus time before your mind starts to wander and you start getting distracted. Then you would take a 5-minute break to stretch your legs before resuming your work. You can gradually work on raising that time frame, of course, with an according break time. Usually when I edit my videos, I would do about 30 to 40 minutes of work, and then I would take a 10 to 15 minute break time of me just literally dancing. And during my break time, to be completely honest, if someone saw me, they would probably think that I'm possessed. But the 15 minutes of physical activity really just helps me shake off any stress, any tension that I may be holding back before I continue doing my work. Same thing you can do is like a little stretch, a little yoga, anything to help you really shake off and continue focusing on your work. Number 3 is learning to push through the boring stuff. And I'll be honest, just when I was in school, oh my god, I would look at a textbook and I would be like, this is the most boring thing I've ever seen, and I haven't even read it, but it just looks boring. How in the world am I gonna be able to memorize it? And the thing is, you absolutely can. And the only way to overcome this is to literally get over yourself. In real life, nobody, and I mean nobody, is going to come and tell you to get up, to go out and exercise, to remind you to eat healthy, to work on your projects, and literally any other thing. You have to learn to take full responsibility over yourself and your actions. You're gonna have to learn that things that you don't like doing and things that seem boring are a part of the process. In my day-to-day job, when somebody comes at me with their broken laptop and they're like, I cannot turn it on, let me tell you that I'm not burning with passion to grab it and to troubleshoot and fix it. But when I do, I feel so fulfilled. I'm like, I got through this problem. And that does not mean that I don't like the work I do. I really love it. It's just that some things are not as exciting and you need to learn to get over it. Show some personality, show some willpower, show some persistence, or the common saying of man up or woman up, I don't care, whatever it is that works for you, but just get over yourself and learn to go through that boring stuff. My fourth and a really important one is music. This one, I cannot believe I'm saying it, and honestly, if me 5 years ago would have heard this, she would have thought I'm completely nuts and that something is wrong with me, but here is the thing. I was incapable of staying alone for 5 minutes with myself and my own thoughts. And it sounds ridiculous, but so many of us are like that. We always try to cover up any voidness, any moment of silence with some background noise. And we're absolutely incapable of sitting by ourselves for 5-10 minutes without any unnecessary sounds. And while I really love that Latino, the reggaeton, some people really enjoy rap music or any type of music, but this, when you need to concentrate, can be very distracting for you. So here's 2 ways that you can approach that. When you're doing some deep work, try to put on some background music that has no vocals. For me also, no piano, no guitar, because I really love those instruments and I will try to focus on them. It's just capturing my attention. So if I play something, it's going to be maybe music that doesn't have something interesting going on, like those 432 hertz meditation sounds, or like the samurai meditation music. I'm gonna pop them up here. Just something that doesn't change in a way to capture your attention. If, however, you feel like you want to experiment and that you feel brave enough to sit alone with yourself for the time that you do the work, I absolutely encourage you to do that. Try to do some day-to-day tasks without music, like for example cleaning the house, or you can try going to the gym without your headphones on. In the gyms there is usually already background music, so just leave it at that. Don't close yourself off from your own thoughts and the sounds of every day. Number 5, distraction-free environment. And let's get very real here. If your phone is constantly buzzing, if the people where you are, if you're at home, your family, there's like kids running around, if you're in the office, there's like people constantly poking you, Maggie this, Maggie that. How are you in the world supposed to concentrate? Distractions are going to work against you. And it is essential that you're calm, especially when you're learning to concentrate. Wear noise-canceling headphones or just leave the room if you need to. Whatever you're doing, you need both the physical and the mental space to engage your focus. This also stands if you're living through something stressful or something that is bothering you mentally. And I have a really good tip for this one, and I honestly don't know where I learned it from, but it's helped me so many times. Keep a notebook or even take notes on your phone. Anytime that your mind goes, I have to do this later, I have to call this person, I have to do this or that, just grab your notebook, jot it down, and forget about it. It doesn't take more than 30 seconds, and the reason that it helps you so much is because you relieve your mind of having to remembering this. You're releasing it from your mind so that you can focus on what you're doing now, and this thing that is bothering you, you can revise later. Noting things down in general is such a helpful thing because let me tell you, the other day I went into the supermarket and I went for literally just one thing, and I went out of the supermarket with 2 or 3 full bags and I forgot the exact thing that I went in for. Other times, when I go into the supermarket with a noted down list of every single thing that I have to buy, I will usually go home with just that. I will not buy anything unless it was written down. This is your mind's capability to focus on a single set specific task. Alright, these are my 5 concentration tips for you, and I really want to know how these work out for you. As always, I am grateful to have you here with me, and I look forward to seeing you again. If you like this video, like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you again soon.